Hello everyone, I am Kiran Joshi. Hope you all are safe and sound. Welcome to class 8 Civics chapter 9 Public Facilities. In front of you are the four situations of water facilities available in different parts of Chennai. Let us look at them one by one and try to understand the water facilities in different individual areas. The first image is of Anna Nagar. This part of the city is the residential area of some senior officials such as Mr. Ram Gopal. If we talk about the water facilities, this area generally gets the regular tap water, and in case there is inadequate water supply, Mr. Ram Gopal speaks to his known senior official of Municipal Water Board and very easily a water tanker is available for his house. The second image is of Mylapore area. This area, like many other areas of the city, faces shortage of water. The residents here get the water supplies from municipality once in 2 days. Some residents have use a private borewell. However, the borewell water being brackish, meaning somewhat salty, is used only in toilets and for washing. People like Subramanian here purchase water from tanker and spend rupees 500 to 600 per month on it. The residents have installed different water purification systems for drinking water. The third image is of Madipakkam area. The water shortage problem here you can understand through this fact that people here get water once in 4 days. And for drinking purpose, people purchase bottled water. Now the fourth image is of a slum near Sedapet area. The people here do not have any tap connection. Almost 30 families have to get water from a common tap at a corner in which water comes from a borewell for only 20 minutes twice daily. And each family can fill maximum 3 buckets of water. The same water is used for drinking and washing. This water shortage becomes more acute during the summer when the flow of water reduces a lot. Now let's understand the connection of water with the fundamental right to life. We all know, children, that water is essential for our daily needs. But it is also very important that the water should be safe and drinkable so that water related diseases can be prevented. Children, do you know that every day more than 1600 Indians die due to water related diseases like diarrhea, dysentery, cholera, etc. Mostly the children below the age of 5 years. According to our constitution, the right to water is a part of the right to life under Article 21. Children, every person has the right to have access to sufficient amount of water at affordable price to fulfill his or her daily requirements. There are many court cases in which high courts and the Supreme Court have accepted the right to safe drinking water as a fundamental right. For example, in 2007, in Andhra Pradesh, a villager of Mehboob Nagar complained that a textile company was discharging poisonous chemicals into a stream near his village, due to which the groundwater which was used for irrigation and drinking was getting contaminated. Hearing the case, the Andhra Pradesh High Court directed the Mehboob Nagar district collector to supply 25 liters of water to each person in the village. So children, by now you must have understood that water is an indispensable necessity that needs to be provided for everyone. There are other essential facilities also that everyone should get. For example, healthcare, sanitation, electricity, public transport, schools and colleges. These are known as public facilities. The government is expected to provide public facilities to all. The main feature of a public facility is that once it is provided, many people can be benefited by it. For example, if a school is opened in a village, many children will get education. Or if an area is supplied with electricity, all the people of that area can use it in different ways. Farmers to run pump set to irrigate their fields, small workshops to run their machines, students to study at night, and many more. As it is quite clear that public facilities are important for everyone, therefore, it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that everyone can avail these public facilities. Now, the question is, why must only the government bear this responsibility? So, children, you must be knowing that the main aim of the private companies is to gain maximum profit. While in most of the public facilities there is no profit. Let's understand it with the example of keeping the drains clean. What profit would a private company get in it? In the same way, a private company would find no gain in running an anti-malaria campaign, and so it would not be interested in undertaking such work. I know you might be thinking that many public facilities such as schools, hospitals, etc. are provided by private companies also. Even many private companies supply water through tankers or supply drinking water in sealed bottles. But children, private companies provide such facilities at a price that only some people can afford. Thus, many people who do not have money to pay for such facilities will be deprived of the opportunity to live a decent life. Children, public facilities are related to people's basic needs. Therefore, the responsibility to provide public facilities must be that of the government. The government spends money on public facilities. So, where does this money come from? Children, the government meets its expenses for public facilities partly from the various taxes collected from the people and partly by charging a price for the public facility. However, the price is set in such a way that most people can afford. So far, we have understood that public facilities should be made available to all. But does it actually happen? Let us check it through the example of the provision of water in Chennai. We have already seen that there is a shortage of water supply in Chennai. Municipality provides water that meets only about half of the needs of the people of the city. In some areas, the water supply is more regular than other areas. Areas near the storage points get comparatively more water than those areas which are at a distance. The poor suffer the most due to the shortfalls in water supply because the middle class can still cope up with the water shortage through various other ways such as digging bore wells, buying water from tankers and buying bottled water for drinking. Thus, there is a great shortage of availability of water. If we talk about the access to safe drinking water, the situation is even worse. It depends on what one can afford. The wealthy can spend money on bottled water and water purifiers, whereas the poor are again left out. It seems that only the rich have the right to water, and thus the goal that everyone can have access to sufficient and safe water seems next to impossible. Children, not only in Chennai, but water crisis is common to other cities of India too during the summer months. Private companies that sell water for profit find this shortage of municipal water as an opportunity. Another point to ponder upon is the inequality of water use. Let us understand how. The Urban Water Commission has set a standard for the amount of water to be supplied in different areas in India. According to this, water supply per person per day in urban areas in India should be about 135 liters, almost 7 buckets. In slum, it is less than 20 liters or 1 bucket, while in luxury hotels, it is 1600 liters or 80 buckets. This is a clear example of inequality in water use. As the municipality is not able to provide sufficient water, it is considered as a failure of the government. Therefore, some people say that private companies should be given the task of water supply. They argue that private companies can perform this task better. But then we must keep few things in mind. Point 1 is, in most of the countries, the water supply, being a function of great importance, is done by the government. Point 2, there are examples such as Porto Alegre in Brazil, where public water supply has achieved universal access. The water department here has kept the average water price low, and the poor are charged half the basic rate. The profit is used to improve water supply. The working of the water department is transparent. Through this example, we can say that universal access to water is an achievable goal. Third point is examples where the task for water supply was given to private companies and the price of the water became so high that many people could not afford it. People protested against it, riots broke out, and finally the government had to take back the responsibility of water supply in its hands. The fourth point is the most encouraging one. There are cases of success within the country in government water departments. For example, the water supply department of Mumbai earns enough money by charges on water, and so it can meet its expenses on supplying water. The water supply department in Hyderabad has increased its area of supplying water and also has improved its revenue collection. The water supply department in Chennai has started harvesting rainwater in order to increase the level of underground water. The task for transporting and distributing water has been given to private companies, but the rates of water tankers are decided by the water supply department, and the department only gives them permission to operate. In this way, the private companies work for the department on contract. Thus, the ultimate responsibility lies on the department. In order to prevent waterborne diseases, sanitation facility is also a must. But the sanitation coverage in India is even lower and worse than that of water. And as the poor in rural and urban areas lack access to water, in the same way they lack access to sanitation too. Sulabh, a non-government organization, has been working for 3 decades to provide sanitation facility to low-income people in India. It does it by seeking cooperation of the municipalities or local authorities. Children, our constitution recognizes the right to water, health, education, etc. as being a part of the right to life. So, to ensure adequate public facilities to everyone becomes one of the major roles of the government. But in reality, there is a shortage in supply of public facilities, and even their distribution is also very unequal. For example, they are largely and better provided in metros and big cities. Wealthy localities get better services. But one should always remember an important fact, that every citizen of the country has a right to these facilities, and these should be provided to him or her in an equitable manner. That's all for this chapter. Now there are some questions for you to revise the topic once again. So the first question is, compare the availability of water in different regions of Chennai. Second question, how can you say that there are great inequalities in water use? Third question, what will happen if the private companies are given the responsibility to provide proper water facilities to all people? Fourth question, in some parts of the country, water supply has been improved. Explain, giving examples of Mumbai, Hyderabad and Chennai. Children, if you found this video helpful and you wish to watch more of such content, do consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have any queries or comments, please post them in the comment section below. Thank you.